Welcome to News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery.
Welcome to the West Texas View. I'm Johnny Lou Avery, and I've asked Scott Thomas, the general manager of the television station, and Mark Kurtz, the news director of the television station, to come back and talk to us today a little bit about the things you need to know about what gets on the air and why it gets on the air, and how you or your children or grandchildren can come down and see what's going on here at the station. So we've got a lot to talk about today, and I want to thank you for coming back. You were here last week, and we talked about all of the new equipment and the changes that are happening here at the station that's making this just a state-of-the-art facility that we can be really proud of here in the Permian Basin. Your picture's going to never have been clearer. Your weather's never going to be more accurate than it has been with all of this new equipment. So today, though, we're going to ask for you to start with talking about how is determined what's on the air.
First of all, we're an NBC affiliate.
So
the television station has been affiliated with NBC for, I guess as long as it's been on the air. They are a driving force, obviously, in regards to what happens and what's put on the air in prime time and in certain day parts. And the way that works is that we, as a company, own the broadcast license. The FCC issues us a license, and we have the ability to be able to broadcast into a marketplace. And so as a television station, you have a choice of whether or not you want to be an independent station, which means that you would own and operate all of the programs on your television station, or you can be in an affiliate, which what we've chosen is to be an NBC affiliate. And so there's benefits and then there's drawbacks to that. We think that the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. And so because of our agreement with NBC, we're required to air a certain amount of hours of programming. So those programmings, for example, the times, we have to carry the Today Show from 7 a.m. to, I guess now it's almost 11. And then
Which is the #1 morning show.
It is the #1, and we're happy to do it. Understand, we're happy to do it. We like the Today Show. It enhances our programming and brings a great audience to the station. And so we're required by our affiliation agreement to air NBC programming from 7 a.m. to 11 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday. And then we
with
have
some holes.
Right. Obviously, we have some programming inserts in there that we provide weather and sports, and then obviously we have opportunities to sell advertising in the local market with that. And then there's a requirement during the middle of the day for us to air a program. We're required to air 1 hour in daytime. We choose to air Days of Our Lives. That soap has been one of the most watched, most successful daytime programming on the air, and we hope that it stays there, and we like that. Then we're kind of free to do what we want to do after that. Our next programming requirement from NBC is that we carry their nightly news. National news.
And the prime time.
And in this market, that's at 5:30 p.m. That's a live show originating from New York. We receive it via satellite, and we pass it to our broadcast partners here. And then obviously we have opportunity to do what we want to do after that. And then NBC programs prime time from 7 o'clock, from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. and from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. So we have 22 hours? We have 22 hours of prime time programming that's provided to us by NBC once a week.
But then you can go out and get some syndication, like the doctors.
That's correct.
And
That's correct. And so those are the time periods that based on our affiliation with NBC, our partnership with them, that says that we have to carry that product. Now, because we are an FCC granted licensed television property, we have what we call a community standard. You know, a lot of times viewers will call me and say, well, you know, there's a show on the air that they don't like, maybe, and then but we have the option to not carry those programs based on what we call a community standard. I've been with NBC, as far as in an affiliate with NBC now, for about 11 years, and I've never made one preemption of any of their programming due to a community standard, because they put pretty good programming that we think is family oriented on the air.
But you have that option.
But we have that option.
Yeah.
They don't like it if you do it, but we certainly do that. And then,
But I've got a funny story to tell you. A few years ago, before you came, we had the general manager, and he was talking about some of the upcoming programs, and he said that Martha Stewart was being taken off the air, not because NBC wanted it taken off, but because something else. I can't remember why. And the outcry of people who said, "Don't take Martha Stewart off the air."
Well, that's kind of in what we call syndication. So we have affiliate programming that's provided to us by NBC, and then one of my primary chief responsibilities is to program the television station outside of NBC. We made a decision a long time ago to be a local news television station. So we program local news. We produce how many?
We do 4 hours a day on KWES, from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. and then half hours at 4, 5, 6, and 10.
Plus all the little cuttings.
Plus, yeah, if
Right.
you would add
All
all
the
those
little
up in
cuttings.
too, yeah.
And so we've made a significant commitment to the community that we're going to be their source for local news.
Very
and so,
intentional for
right.
that.
So, for example, there's other television stations in the region that they could be in the local news business as well, but they've chosen to be an entertainment show. So they put on entertainment instead of news. So a major portion of the programming that we bring, that we have the ability to choose what's going to be on the air, we put in.
It's like
as far as
shaping
news.
your personality. You
That's
shape
correct.
it toward
That's
that.
correct. The next area, other than news programming, would be syndication, which is for the likes of Dr. Phil, for example. We air Dr. Phil, and we own the rights to that property at 3 o'clock. That's a local programming decision for a show that we went out and we purchased and we put at 3 o'clock. And so we have the ability to do that around all of our news day parts as well.
We're going to have to take a break right now, but we'll be back in just a minute and continue this conversation. Isn't this interesting? I told you it would be.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.